Yeah, go ahead.
You ready? Okay. Hello and welcome to the Hizzle Gaming Podcast for January 27th. I'm Eric Hizzle.
Metro.
Army.
What's up, guys? What's up, Army? You're welcome to the show. You're our second, third wheel. That sounds weird.
Hey. Oh God, the third one on it. Yeah, that does sound weird. You can't really make any. You can't make any comments on that because it's just gonna make it sound even more weird.
Sometimes.
So what's up, Army? Why don't you give us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a PlayStation 4 gamer, just like Era. I like just about any kind of video game that's out there. Name it, I'll play it, pretty much. Just most recently got into PC gaming, so that's gonna be a new one for me, and see how that all works out.
So, what's your favorite game genre? What do you like the best?
I'd probably go with sports games.
And then
sporty.
Yeah, sports games are hard to. The value is really high.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite game? I guess overall, is it a sports game or like if you had to rate your number one games?
So far, I think my number one would have to be Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, so not a sports game.
Nope.
Is that an RPG?
Mm-hmm.
It's open world, right? It's open world, right up your alley.
Yep.
Open world games are fun, and I know you like open world games because you love The Witcher.
Yeah, they're good. I'm not saying they're not good.
Yeah, I had probably 700 or 800 hours in that game.
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Can you really put 700 hours into Fallout New Vegas? How many times did you play it?
Just once. I mean, if you just run around and just
it's a random encounters.
Yeah.
God damn, that's
Plus
a lot
all
of
the
hours.
Modifications that you can do, but I don't know if they're on. Are you playing the game on PC, PS3, Xbox 360?
I was playing it on PS3 for the whole time.
So no modifications there, so you were literally dedicated to that game.
Yep. I enjoyed it, and it was like one of the only games that my girlfriend would actually watch me play. So.
Oh, there you go. Now I see. I see.
Yeah, I kind of compromised a little bit on that one.
No, that's an important thing sometimes when, especially when you start streaming. If a lot of people are watching you play something, you play it more. I played NBA 2K14 every day for like 5 months, and I've never done that. I've never done that with a video game before. So, Far Cry. David's asking how much Far Cry is. It looks like it's 67% off. I don't know how much that is, but let me check it real quick for you. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about games for a little bit. If you're down, it's like $20. And so why don't we start with Army since he's the new guy? Let's put him under the gun right away.
Oh yeah, you're on the hot seat immediately.
Yeah. So what have you been playing this week?
Yep.
Let's see. Gonna have to go with Blood Bowl on that one.
Yeah. So Blood Bowl 2, right?
Blood Bowl 2. Yep.
So this just came out recently. It looks kind of interesting. Tell me about it. It's a sports game. Yeah?
Yeah, it's for PS4. It's a mix of Warhammer and football.
Warhammer and football.
Yeah.
Wow. There's dice rolling too, isn't there?
What's that?
There's dice rolling in it too, right?
Yep. You gotta roll it. That's where the Warhammer aspect of it comes in. You actually have to roll dice to find out, like, if you actually hit somebody, or if you make a dodge to get away from people, or if you can make the pass. Or each race has a different has different abilities, and each time like your players level up, you get different skills to go along with your players. Right now I'm playing as Wood Elves, so they're really fast, really mobile. They can move.
Can you make your own guy?
No, you can't like make your own person.
So you gotta make a race or
Yeah,
choose a
you pick a
race.
race, and you can. They have special players in each race. So.
All right. Well, I noticed on Metacritic that Blood Bowl has a 7.8 average user
It's pretty
liking.
good.
So
That's pretty high.
good.
Yeah, I think most of the lower ones is they want more teams, they want more races, which is understandable. There's only like 6 races and then 2 DLC races, so.
Okay.
So, looking at this, and this is one of the reasons why I haven't really gotten into this or even tried this game out. It's a sports game, but it's turn based. Like it's not action. Like it's you're not like it's not real time action like most sports games are, right?
It's not high paced. It's just moves based via turn based.
Yeah, it's very strategic. Like you have to place each piece in a different in strategic locations in order to actually score the touchdown. I've watched a bunch of people on Twitch play Blood Bowl, and I've seen them score just about every time they get the ball in like one turn. So it can be very high paced if you know how to play the game and if you have the strategies in order to do that.
Okay.
But it's not like
It's
you
not
know
like
like in NBA or Madden or something like that. You can have strategy, but if you can't execute with the sticks, you're gonna get destroyed. It's not like that.
No, it's all strategic based and how you position your players and stuff like that. But there are a lot of it is dice rolling is what it is. So I think they wanted to more or less they wanted to try a sports game with Warhammer. So and this is what they came out with.
Yeah, I mean Warhammer is notorious for positioning and dice rolling and
Yeah.
Warhammer is a big series.
Yeah. I enjoy it. Because I used to play tabletop Warhammer. Like I'd go out and buy all the little figurines and repaint and paint them all myself, and used to have stacks of freaking.
So you're hardcore into tabletops.
So
Yeah,
another thing I'm concerned about is this like you buy the game and you get everything, or is there going to be a bunch of DLC? Because Warhammer's notorious for like just destroying your pocketbook.
From what I've heard, if you buy the game now, you're going to get all the upcoming DLCs for free. There's only 2 DLCs right now out, which are the Wood Elves and the Lizardmen, and they're only like $4 a piece. So it's not like it's $20 for one race. But then I guess if you buy it now, you get all the other races coming along for free.
And it looks like if you buy this today on Steam for PC, it's 50% off.
Yeah, I think they're trying to run specials and stuff like that. So trying to get more people to come in and play because there is a pretty big community for it. A lot of people do like to play.
Yeah, $22 right now.
Yeah.
On the PS4, it's $50.
Yeah, that's how much I got it for.
Okay, that's
All right, and so what else have you been playing? Blood Bowl 2. That's bringing something new to what we normally play. That's definitely.
We normally don't play that.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool though. I'll be honest. If I saw it for $20 on PlayStation, I'd probably pick it up.
Yeah, if it does come down, you should try it and let me know what you think. I really enjoy it because I'm a big D&D and Warhammer kind of person, so for me it's like right up my alley.
All right, and we already know what you've also been playing. I gave it.
That would be Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation, PC.
Both actually. I have it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So what do you do in Minecraft? Explain it to me because I don't get Minecraft at all. So explain. You have to explain it to me.
Well, I got the PS4 one because I like the modded. I like to watch the people play modded Minecraft, which is completely different than the normal actual Minecraft game. There's so much more into it. Like you can make your own tools. You don't have to just rely on like, oh, here's like generic tools. You can build your own from different ores that you find in the world. You have to fend off different mobs like zombies and skeletons, and in the pack that I've been playing for Minecraft,
what's it called?
Like,
Void Wrath?
Called nope, FTB Departed is what I've been playing.
Okay. So what's the draw to it? Like, is there? I mean, I know it's supposed to be like a survival game, but what's the? I mean, and then also people build stuff, obviously. But I mean, what's the draw for you? How do you? I mean, you play mods, but do you just build stuff, or do you actually play like a story, or is there like a survival aspect to it, or do you play with other people, or what's going on there?
There's pretty much all of those. You can have in some of the mod packs, there's a quest book that you have to go through and fulfill everything that's going on in the quest book. You have to turn it in. In the mod that I'm playing now, it's all survival. You have to stay alive, or if you die, the world is over, and you have to go on and start a brand new world. But other than that, like you can play like online servers with other people. Some streamers on Twitch have different servers that they have just for their subs, and subs can come out of that server and play. It's more of a community-based thing. I like it because of the survival aspect of it. Like you have to try and find certain things in order to survive, to make your weapons better, to make your armor better.
That sounds like me and playing DayZ or the Arma DayZ mod.
Yeah, that's it. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like DayZ. It's kind of like H1Z1, except you have to actually build your own things. And there's no, well, there are guns in it, but they're not really that great. But you have to build your own things. Like you have to make your own crossbow. You have to make your own axes. You have to make your own pickaxes. You have to make your own swords. So for me, it's fun because I haven't really ever played modded Minecraft, so that I can actually get into it and like try to learn different things on each of the mod packs and trying to come up with new different things.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people that play Minecraft. It's just ridiculous amounts. So
Yeah.
it's not weird or anything. I just don't personally I don't get it at all.
It's just a Titan. I mean, Microsoft did buy it for a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I think you should try it once, Sarah. At least.
Oh, I have Minecraft. You know I have Minecraft.
Yep.
You could go on my highlights and watch some of my Minecraft exploits.
Did you play it on PlayStation or did you play it on PC?
I have it for PC.
Okay, you should.
And I have lots of mod packs. I've got tons and tons of them. I just never really. I don't have enough time to build what I want to build in that universe. Like I want to build. I like to. If I was gonna build something, and I'm the same way with Legos, I want to build something big.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I don't have time to do that, so I can't get invested in it enough to where I want to get where I want to go. And so I just end up running around and like, oh, I built a little base, and it's not really what I really want, but it's a hole in the ground. You know what I mean? And then I kind
Yeah.
of stop playing. So
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. You gotta have the time. Like because if you don't have the time to play it, you really can't do anything that you want to do.
and I would rage
So
so hard if I built up. Like I played that Don't Starve game, which is kind of like 2D Minecraft, I guess.
yeah.
And you build up your base and all that, and then like you die, and you're like, "Fuck!" And you're like, "No."
Well.
So.
Yeah, this past like I think it was like 2 days ago. I was playing my Minecraft mod pack, and this friggin' thing spawned right in the middle of my base after like it wasn't supposed to.
Oh.
And it just started blowing up my base, and I'm like, "Yep, I closed out of it, and I haven't played it since."
Oh man.
I was so mad. I was like, "Nope."
That happened to me in
Not doing
Ark
it.
Survival.
All those games are like that for me. I can't. That's why I play Care Bear WoW server, and I play. You know, I don't play hardcore mode Diablo because I can't stand it if I invest 50 hours into something and then my guy's dead. I can't do it.
I remember logging on to Ark Survival once with a friend. Me and him probably spent 60 to 70 hours building up this base, taming all these dinosaurs, because taming dinosaurs in that game, at least when I was playing it, it took hours, and we tamed a couple things that took about 4 hours. And I remember us logging off, and we logged back in, and this massive T-Rex or Spinosaurus or something like that glitched through our gate, our wall, our massive fence that we built, and ate everything.
Oh. Yeah.
When our 3/4 of our base was destroyed, we stopped. We're like, okay.
Yeah, I was so mad because it spawned creepers on me.
Ooh.
And this was
yeah. Those
So
things.
I had like 45 creepers in the middle of my home, and yep.
That's death, man. That's
Yeah.
game over.
Yep. So I shut it off and didn't go back to it.
Yeah, I've done a few things in Minecraft. I made a Trials Evolution fake level in Minecraft, and then I made a little NBA Live 2014 spoof, and I can't remember what else.
So when you made your little Trials thing on Minecraft, were you raging on it like you do on Trials?
Yeah, totally. Like you try to ride the little Jeep like through the course, and it no matter what you do, it always it always fails, no matter what you do.
All right.
Yeah. So what have you been playing, Nitro? We already know.
You basically know that. You know what I've been playing because past week, I know last week I talked about it. I played Blade and Soul.
Yep.
Which it's a good MMO. I like it. The combat's fun, very fast paced. I didn't really have much time this past few days to play it. When I played it for like 12 hours straight on Thursday, I sort of burnt myself out, so I took a few days away from that.
A lot of big streamers are playing this game right now. I don't know.
That's another reason why I'm also sort of not playing right now, because there's the freaking queue time for that game is ridiculous. If you're not a premium member, you could literally be waiting 45, 50 minutes just on the server.
That's nuts.
I don't. Yeah.
But it's a free MMO, so of course you're gonna have. Yeah, it's free. So you're gonna deal with it no matter what. I mean, but they've been adding servers and stuff like that, so it should lighten the load. But the server I'm on is where all the major Twitch streamers and YouTubers are at.
Yeah.
So of course,
that's a problem.
And the only reason I chose that server is because of the name. Old Man Chew. Come on. But no, yeah, but then I know you know that we've both been playing Diablo together. Fuck, we went from like
Diablo Season 5. Still.
Yeah, we went from like 1 to or 60s right now.
And
we literally
you're playing a monk?
Playing, yeah.
I'm playing Hunter. Demon Hunter.
It's my first time ever playing that class. I've never played a monk before. I always played Crusader or Wizard.
Monks are fun.
Yeah, it's alright. I feel like I'm more like a sponge than anything.
Yeah, you pretty much are as a monk, but that's what monks
That's the whole purpose.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to take all your damage, but yeah. Game-wise, not really much. You know, I know last
Diablo's
week
a lot.
I know last week I finally downloaded something. I played it for like 20 minutes, and then I haven't touched it since.
Uh-oh.
That was can't believe I've played it. It was Hearthstone. Oh my god. I don't know. That game, it's like, do I do this or that? I have no idea what to think about that game. It looks like
don't put it on your phone. It will eat your phone alive. Just a word of advice.
Okay,
it uses a lot of juice on your phone. But I play a lot of Hearthstone.
Yeah,
I don't stream it because Hearthstone people are mean, dude. People are mean. They're like, you should have done this and that, and your deck sucks, and blah blah blah, and like.
You mean you?
Well, yeah, I do that too. I can't help it. I'm like, why did you play that? No.
Well, yeah,
I rage over Hearthstone more than anything.
I'm in here trying to play like a game or something like that, and he's playing Hearthstone or whatever, and then he's like telling me play by plays, and he's like, really, you're a fucking retard. He's like, you're not supposed to be attacking me, you're supposed to be attacking that, you dumbass. When he's
oh man,
Heatro missed lethal like 10 times, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, you freaking missed lethal. I did the thing that I can't stand.
I was just dragging stuff on the board. I mean, come on. What else am I supposed to do? I was in the training missions too.
He missed lethal on the training mission, and I almost lost my shit. I was like, are you serious?
So what have you been playing? I mean, besides Diablo, because we both played Diablo.
Yeah, I played a lot of Diablo. It
was a Diablo week.
I'm still playing WoW, mainly because I just have to make 35,000 gold a month just so I don't have to pay my subscription. I really don't understand why I haven't just canceled my sub. Because
it's because you're addicted to WoW, and if you cancel your sub, you'll be like, shit.
Well, there's always that day where I'm like, fuck, I just want to get on there and just kill some stuff and just relax.
Well, it's a game you've been playing for 10 years, of course.
Yeah.
But I really needed that game to help me
I don't have that luxury anymore.
Through the last weekend after my football team is in the Super Bowl and it was very stressful. That day was very stressful. And I'm a Denver Broncos fan. And that game was super stressful. So whenever that happens, WoW is like my unwind button. And same thing happened to me on Monday night when the Spurs lost to the Warriors by 30 points. Ow. So I just was not in the mood to deal with anything, so just pop open WoW, whatever. But I've also been playing some Far Cry 4. Um, I got further along to where there's actual story and I can see the choices now finally, where they actually are giving me choices of whether I could need to go to this village and kill these guys or save
Sneak around.
save these hostages or go hunting, whatever.
Yep.
I'm enjoying the game. I just think there's parts of it that I'm like, why? Like, for instance,
Yep.
the first person driving. What?
Uh,
It's so bad.
This left click. That's all you gotta do, and as long as you keep unlocking those towers on the map, it literally, and you put a waypoint down, it'll drive you to those waypoints by itself. It'll
It
keep you to the main
it
roads,
auto
but
drives?
it can
Yeah.
auto drive.
Yeah.
That way you can start turning around and start shooting stuff. Or if there's an ability that happens later on, which is really cool. Not much of a spoiler, and it's in the trailers and stuff like that. If you drive up next to an enemy vehicle, you can hijack it.
Oh,
So you
yeah, I
can
haven't done that yet.
driving full speed or whatever. You jump out of your vehicle into theirs, kill them while they're in the car or whatever, and take over theirs.
I did spec into the elephant side of the skill tree, and I can ride elephants, and that is the most satisfying fucking shit ever. to fucking just wreck people with elephants. Oh man.
Elephants
all
are
over 'em.
hilarious. Oh man, I like just riding the elephants around and just randomly telling it to tackle things. It just launches stuff like 40 feet.
I didn't expect that to be that satisfying. I was like, oh, it's gimmicky as fuck, but that's more fun. That's more fun than like driving cars to me, is riding the elephants.
Did you get into the helicopters? Yeah.
I haven't flown anything yet. No.
That's so trolly because I keep forgetting what button does which. So a lot of times I'll be flying the helicopter, and then who I'm playing with latches on below, and then I think I'm rising, but then all of a sudden, the next thing I know is I end up jumping out of the helicopter.
Yep. Yep.
So they're sort of just hanging on a rope as the helicopter's going down, and they see me fly past them.
Jeez. Oh yeah, those little helicopters, they're like Mad Max style, huh? They're like
they're little gyros. That's all.
I like how there's vehicles all over the map, and there's stuff to do. Like there's interesting things all over the map. But there's things that are wonky. Like I think the weapon wheel system is like weird. Like the driving is stupid. Like I don't understand how they thought that was okay.
Yeah.
I think the first time the stupid eagle came down and like try to kill me, I was like, why are these people like? It's funny because you're walking around, the people like, there's an eagle! Ah, they're freaking out. I'm like, it's an eagle. Why? Oh shit! The damn thing's attacking me. I was like,
oh yeah, and they're big too. They're not like little eagles. They're
apparently in this picture I have up on the screen, there's like a skunk that's like chasing a dude.
Nope. That's a honey badger, and those things get like a freaking bazooka to the face like 3 times.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Those things.
Look at that guy. He's trying to get the fuck out.
No, I honestly think the devs made those the trolls of the game because you can unload like 4 or 5 clips of your pistol into that thing. It won't die. That's just how evil those things are. And then they can like 2-hit you.
Yeah,
it's honey badger. So I feel like the devs are just like, let's make an evil squirrel like off of the Knights of the Holy Grail, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, that thing. Oh yeah.
Squirrel. It's just a rabbit. Ah!
Oh man. Did you get into the water yet and have to deal with the piranha looking things?
Oh god.
I went swimming and I felt very nervous, but nothing attacked me.
You got lucky.
Yeah.
Those things are quick and dangerous.
Mm-hmm. And it's so hard to shoot them because you can't really see them in the water when you're going to shoot them. You have to basically be like standing over top of the water to actually shoot them.
That, or sometimes if you go along the coastline or whatever, and you look around, sometimes you might find a mortar.
Well, I bought all kinds of stuff, man. I got C4 and mortars and mines, and I bought
Please
everything.
tell me at least you bought the wingsuit.
Oh, I haven't bought a wingsuit now. I don't even know if I saw one, but I bought everything else I could possibly buy.
Well, a wingsuit is a must in that game. Otherwise,
Mhm.
if you start flying without one, you are screwed. You'll
Well,
die.
I did take a glider down into a base one time, and that was interesting. I didn't die, but
That game is a game where you die a lot.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's fun.
I had it lock up on me too. I don't know what its issue is, but
That's yeah. I don't know what the issue for locking up on you either. I've had the game crash on me maybe once, twice before in the past, but nothing like locking up multiple times in a short span.
but from what I've played from it so far, I don't know if it would have made it in my top 10 games for 2015.
Well, I think didn't it come out in 20?
It came out last year, 2015. But I don't know if it would have made it in my top 10 games because it I'm trying to think back. I mean, my number 8 was, I guess, I had Transformers in there at number 9, and I don't know, I had a lot of fun with Transformers. So not the shooting Transformers, the melee one, the Generation 1 Devastation Transformers.
Are you talking about the one that came on the PlayStation just a couple months back?
Yeah, Devastation.
Yeah, one that looks like old old cartoons.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a good game.
By the way, I looked it up. Far Cry 4 came out November 18th, 2014.
Oh, did it? It came out in
Yep.
14 then. Oh, all right. Well,
And not only that, Far Cry Primal is coming out this year sometime.
Far Cry 4 came out in 2014. Okay, well, I don't know
And
if it would have made that list either, because
it was a late one. I think it came out the same time Unity did.
Oh yeah, that's right, it did. And I bought Unity. Oh, stupid me.
Okay, topics to avoid in this stream is Unity and sports. So
and we don't talk about the Hunger Games either. Remember,
no
that's just a stream rule.
All right,
so our main topic for today is nostalgia, video game nostalgia. And oops, as I tried to type it in chat and failed. I want to talk about nostalgia because I mean, there's an article here in theatlantic.com a couple months ago about nostalgia ruining video games, and I think there is kind of a
truth.
There's a truth to this. I think that people want to replicate. They want to have the same feeling that they had when they played a really good game from a few years ago or even further back, and so they try hard, right, to get the publisher to make another version. So like we've seen, Tomb Raider remakes and what's the one Dante with Dante, Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
We've seen Devil May Cry remakes. We've seen 80 million iterations of Zelda and Mario, and every time one of these comes out, there's this big group of people that are like, damn, what the fuck? This game is nothing like the old game, and I don't like this, and they freak out and whatnot. And so I'm just wondering, like, we've got more of these coming, right? We got Final Fantasy VII remake. We've got just a ton of these remake type games. where I kind of feel like the industry is not being pushed forward by the nostalgia crowd that much. Like even in World of Warcraft, the nostalgia crowd ruins the game because they always talk about the old game instead of trying to create stuff in the way the game is today. So, what do you guys think about nostalgia? Good or bad? Like,
It's a mix.
it's a mix. What do you mean by that?
Like, it can be good. Like, for example, nostalgia games from childhood, like Mario. Fuck ton of Mario games out there. And the greatest nostalgia game that came out this past year was, the Wii U Mario Maker game.
Okay.
Because it has all the generations of Mario in it, because you can build your own levels. So,
So that's
But
a
then
good.
there's the
It's a good check mark.
it's a good one.
Okay. I'll
But
just.
like bad ones, I'm not really certain on this one. But it's like Final Fantasy, bringing back older games. People are remembering things differently than how they were. Because even you said if they brought Final Fantasy back with the same combat system they had 20 years ago, it would suck.
I just don't think that that's what people really want. I think they
They
want.
remember it. They remember it, and they have many fond memories of it. But then when they get back to the grind of it, they'll be like, "Oh, that's like me and Knights of the Old Republic. I love that game and all that stuff. And every once in a while, I'll turn it back on and I'll try playing through it again. But I'm like, I already beat this game so many times, and it's a great story. But okay, it's nostalgia is different for everyone. It's like on TV recently. 13 years ago, the X-Files TV series ended. They just brought it back. The first episode just aired this past week on Fox.
Okay.
That's bringing up a bunch of nostalgia for everyone. It's just a thing that's happening right now because then there's Fuller House coming out on Netflix. There's a lot of stuff.
So, all right. So, what do you think, Army? What you think? Nostalgia is good, or
I'm gonna have to agree with Hedro on that one. Some of it is good, but some of it is not
Stuff that
so
should just
good.
leave alone.
Yeah, like the good, like take Resident Evil. They just remade Resident Evil, the original. Everybody was loving it. Everybody was playing it again. I did too. Um, I thought it brought back a lot of great memories from my childhood when I played it on PS1. And for them to remaster it and remake it, I thought it was awesome. So, I mean, it brought me back to when life was simple, I guess you can put it that way.
Yeah. Even in the article, it mentions how it's reaching those points. Like last year at the EA or the E3 conference. Like I said, Final Fantasy VII was getting that HD remake. The new remake. There's
Yeah.
nostalgia from that. But then they also announced Shenmue. I've never heard of the game before, and people lost their shit.
Yeah, I've never heard that one either.
I never heard of it
Or
either.
Shinmu. That's it. Shinmu.
Shitmu. I mean, what?
Shinmu 3? Isn't that it? I don't know. It's just it. It's and it wasn't even that. It was just the Kickstarter, and then they did it at the PlayStation Access with Psychonauts.
Yeah.
2.
Again, another game. I don't.
Yeah.
I
Only reason I
understand
know about
sequels
Psychonauts
though.
is because I watched a channel. These guys used to be on IGN Gaming.
Yeah.
And then they went over and they started their own channel with Rooster Teeth, Funhouse.
Yep.
And the guy named James Willems is obsessed with Psychonauts, and literally almost every episode or something, he always makes some stupid reference to Psychonauts.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's the only reason I know about that game.
I don't know about that game. But I'm okay with sequels though. That's the thing is I don't look at sequels as nostalgia. Sequels are iterative game
But it's
or
a sequel like 20 years later.
well, I think where nostalgia
That's
is
another
bad,
thing.
where it raises its ugly head is when you start evaluating your current experience based off of
Yes.
something you played 15, 20 years ago.
When that was
And
15, 20 years ago, that was the top of the line quality of gaming. But then in today's things, if you try to play those games, like even when I played the Gears of War remastered on the Xbox One, I thought the graphics looked beautiful and all that other stuff, but the game still felt really clunky.
But was
like,
it really the golden age like 20 years ago for gaming? Like was that like the best? Or is that just nostalgia talking?
That's nostalgia talking.
yeah,
Right
I would have to
right
agree
now,
with that one.
games are at the best that they can be with the current tech. It's like whatever the current generation is will always be the best. It's like people. Okay, it's how about this? Oh, what is that? What is that freaking car? Like people obsessed, older muscle cars. What we call older muscle cars that were really popular back in were the brand new cars back in the 60s or 70s.
Sure.
So those guys were driving those cars around. Those are the brand new top of the line cars. But then you see all these people out there spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on cars that were roughly 20 to 40 to 50 years old, and that take constant maintenance to keep running. It's just nostalgia. Nostalgia is it's a topic that's hard to talk about. Holy shit! Did not realize it was going to be this difficult.
Well, I look at it like this.
Bad
I think that I hear people talk about, well, video games used to challenge you, and back in the day, you used to buy like a game and you used to sit down and you used to play it and bang your head against it for months and months until you finally beat that final level and it felt so good and blah blah blah. The thing is that games come out today and they're like that. They're still like that. It's just
Yep.
that nobody plays them like that anymore
Because there's
because
so many games.
there's so
too.
many. Yeah, there's so many. You can't play Uncharted 3 on the hardest difficulty before and finish it before another game comes out that you want to play. So basically, you might play it on hard or normal once, and you might play it on brutal, and then you might play it twice through maybe, but the fact that games are presenting different difficulty levels and giving you different ways to play them isn't an iteration. It's better for the player than it is to just have a super hard game that you freaking get stuck on and then you don't play anymore, like Bloodborne. I'm looking at you. There are, and like I said, there are still games out there that are Super Meat Boy, fucking hard as shit, dude. Tits hard, man.
A documentary on how that game was made, and it was several. And I could tell it was made by Xbox, Microsoft, because it was a bunch of indie games, like 4 or 5 indie games, and I know you even played one of them. Was that Peggle?
Oh yeah.
And that guy was bitching and whining the whole time.
About what?
Everything. It's like he didn't like how people were giving him feedback. He would blow up on them and all that stuff. He was one guy making the game alone, but he was doing that per choice.
And I watch other podcasts, and I'm sure you guys do too. And there's guys on there that have prominent YouTube channels who who bitch and whine about how every game is open world. It's every game is not open world. It's just games are bigger now, and so
Yeah.
they seem like they're open world games, but they're not. Like The
Nah.
Last of Us is not open world. It's
linear.
It's linear as fuck. It's just big. Like there's lots of places you can explore and think different ways you can approach levels, and that's not a bad thing.
That's like, even if you think Far Cry 4 is massively big as an open world, it's a very big game. But compared to Skyrim, the game is small.
It's small. I mean, I would still think Far Cry is considered an open world game, but
yeah. But I would still feel like compared to Skyrim and Far Cry you have more of a linear story because you can tell there's an actual story there. We're in Skyrim. I had no idea what I was doing. I literally spent like over 150 hours, and I had no idea what the main plot of the story was. I just killed a lot of things.
Just exploring but
I killed everything.
Every game is not open world. I played last year. I played sports. I had a sports game in my top 10. I had a brawler in my top 10. I had like a indie sports game. I had a huge open world RPG, but then I had Batman, which was action adventure, and then so on and so forth. Destiny, which that's not open world. Destiny is it's an MMO. It's a shooter, and so I just don't agree with these people. They're like, oh, God, we needed another Castlevania. No, not really. Okay, you can make one. You go ahead, but
they just released a remake of the Castlevania not long ago either.
Well, or they want another, whatever. I just pulled Castlevania out of wherever.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying it's like we need another. We need a Final Fantasy VII remake. Screw this Final Fantasy 15. But I played the Final Fantasy 15 beta, and it's freaking awesome. Demo.
God,
it's freaking awesome. I can't wait for that game.
Since that came out last year, and the game's been delayed so many times, so that's going to be completely different from that demo.
And E3, they didn't show shit for Final Fantasy 15. Nothing. And I'm like, well, isn't that coming out in like a month? I'm fucking excited. Let's go.
Yeah, I remember even when they had an official release date was March 16 of this year, but then it got delayed again, and now it's just saying 2016. So I was going, March is gonna kill me because in March there's The Division.
Yeah, there's
Far Cry 4. There's Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4.
And then there was Final Fantasy, and not only that, movie-wise, there was Batman v Superman. I was going, that's a good month. But oh my God, my mind was gonna explode because how am I gonna play all this shit?
That's another thing. That's why I said people are playing games differently now because holy shit, you go to the game store and there's like 12 new releases every week. And
definitely wasn't like that when I was a kid anyway. When I was a kid, there was like one major title and that was it.
And you had to play it for a long time.
You know what? I think
you had to get into it.
The nail on the head with the nostalgia thing. There's just so many games out there. People are confused. That's why they want to bring back the old games.
Yeah, they're confused by, well, man, I used to get super invested in this one game for a long period of time, and now I can't do that anymore. And I'm so busy, and I'm an adult, and I have shit to do over here, and there's so much shit coming out, and I have money to spend. I can actually buy a game, but which one do I buy? And I don't know which one to buy. And can't you just shove one down my throat? Because that's the way it used to be, right?
It really was.
Yep. Very much so.
I'm not like that at all. I'm like, Jesus, look at like if you're just willing to wait, let's say, you don't have to be the first person. I understand that some games you kind of you have to, like if you didn't buy Evolve and play it in the first month, Evolve is a shitty experience now because no one's playing that game. But if you don't have to be on the cusp of like a game release, and you can wait, the sales are ridiculous. You open Steam like a year after some games come out and on Christmas, and games are like $5, like full AAA titles. You know, you can buy like Grand Theft Auto for $10 or $15, and you're just like, whoa! This is like a big ass game. I just got it for like $10. So
Yeah, I just went to GameStop the other day, and I was looking at, like, I'm just sitting there staring at all these games, and I'm like, I wanna buy one, but what the hell do I buy? Like, it's like,
And not that they're not trying to shove like 30 other games down your throat when you finally decided to choose one.
yeah.
I remember going in like, okay, I'm an old guy, so like, it's like we didn't even have Walmart. Like when I was a kid, we had Kmart, and we had like
Games.
We don't have Kmart
like
anymore. I think
there was no
Kmart just
games.
went extinct.
There was no damn game store. There was no game store. There was no fucking download shit. There was nothing. You went to Kmart or you went to like whatever, and they had like 4 games, and that was it.
Yep.
That was all they had to choose from, and like 2 of the games were shit, and the other 2 were like decent. And so, and then as I got older, they started, the library started to grow. So like then there were like rentals. You could rent games.
Oh yeah, Blockbuster was the king of rentals back in the day. I remember like you could spend weeks and weeks just waiting for that one game to finally come back, because they only have that one copy, but it keeps getting rented out.
Everyone just as soon as it comes in,
never returns the game.
You had to like make friends with the rental person, so that they would call you when it got returned, and they would hold it for you at the desk. That's what I did. I made friends with the person that ran the desk, and I would be like, "Can you just like hold it behind the desk when?"
Yeah, I had a friend who worked at a video store as well.
But they
he would give me heads ups.
Like, they literally like I can remember, playing Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 3 here for the States. I remember playing it through like 12 times and like beating every little piece of it. And I wouldn't do that today. Fuck that. That's not happening. I love The Witcher 3, but I'm not playing that 12 times through. You got to be kidding me.
You'd go insane. The only time you'd ever pick that game back up is when there's massive DLC, because I know a DLC came out for that just before the new year.
And I love Dragon Age too, but the DLC came out for that, and I was like, meh. Even Batman, I haven't gotten the DLC for, and I put over 75, 80 hours into it, beat it twice. So it's different. Like the nostalgia is different because you're like, well, I have video game overload, and so I can't really say any one game is just super amazing. And I can't get super invested now.
Yeah, it's getting to that point for me too. It's like I go, man, I loved all these games, but really, I even said earlier, it's like Knights of the Old Republic, probably one of my all-time favorite games ever. That was the very first game I ever bought for my Xbox. The very first Xbox.
Yeah.
And I loved that game, and I played that game over and over and over and over. Even with Halo and all that other stuff, I still always went back to that game. Now, since it's released on PC or on the phone, tablet, I can play it anytime I want. It's just, I'm just now like, I don't want to play it. Even though it's there. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do that anymore.
So speaking of like a huge library of games and being overloaded, we talked about last week. We talked about last week about digital versus, or it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was last week. We talked.
I thought it was digital? PC versus console last week, and 2 weeks ago was digital versus physical.
Disc.
But
Something like that.
Origin Access for PC is $4, $4.99 a month, and they give you access to this thing called the Vault, which is basically a license to download and play digital copies of whatever's in the Vault. And right now, if you look at the Vault, they tell you what's in the Vault, and there's like, they've got Battlefield, Dragon Age, SimCity, FIFA, Garden Warfare, Need for Speed, Dead Space, The Sims. So basically, you pay $5 a month, and this is what we were talking about 2 weeks ago, where it's like I pay a monthly fee and I get access. I get a digital license to basically run wild.
Not only that though, but a lot of time, I think this was like when it first launched. It was like a time limit you could play the game, so you could play the game for like 5 hours, and that's it. And then it's locked until the release.
Oh, really? That's not what it says here. It says you just
Well, I
play
think
full
I
versions.
said when it first released.
Oh, okay. So they've changed it, and they're probably going to change it more over time, I would say. Doesn't look like they're putting any of their like most recent titles, but you can play like Battlefield 4 and Dragon Age Inquisition, stuff that's like a year or more old.
Well, EA doesn't have that many new games out right now. It's a lot of just the next version of the same game.
But I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, like PlayStation Now is PlayStation's kind of version of this, where you pay like a monthly fee, but the problem is it's a streaming, like you play the game over a stream, and that doesn't work. Like they need to change PlayStation Now and just say forget this, streaming thing, and go with, you get a digital license to play all these old games if you want to. Like personally, I don't care. Like I'll probably never ever play a PS3 game.
Yeah, and even though there's some new games out there that I want to play again, like you said PS3, and they just released the sixth game of the series that I loved. I don't want to pull my PS3 out again. Oh, I went left field on you there. Sorry.
I thought that was going to happen to me a lot because PlayStation 4 is not backwards compatible. I thought I was going to be pulling out my PS3 all the time. And nope. The damn thing has got a layer of dust on it.
Mine's in a closet somewhere. I just don't remember where.
Yeah, I traded mine in.
Yeah, it's yours is gone. Like you can't even do it. So I still have my PlayStation 2 and my PlayStation 3.
Yep, I got my PS2, my PS3. I still have my Xbox 360. Oh man, it's not stuff I'm not even gonna touch anymore. Even with my N64, I haven't pulled that thing out in probably 6 or 7 years.
Yeah,
it's dead.
Yeah, when I went to go get the PS4, I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to play anything on it with the PS3, so what's the point of keeping it? Like, yeah, there's games and stuff out there that like you still want to play, but with the new system and everything coming out, why would you want to play anything old? All this new stuff is coming out. You're gonna have plenty of time to play new crap, so.
Yeah, with the PlayStation, like PlayStation Plus, like the free game, you get 2 free games a month, and yeah, they're not AAA games, but just with that, like, was enough to get me started. When I first bought my PlayStation, I had Warframe, I had Resogun, I had Contrast, and that was on night 1. I didn't even buy a game. So there's and DC Universe Online, that was on night 1.
Yeah.
And I just I think that service is much better than PlayStation Now, and I think if PlayStation um, gets a service where they do this EA like this EA Origins thing for that Xbox already has, and but it's only EA games. But if PlayStation can somehow work out some kind of service like this, that's up and above your PlayStation Plus, and it's priced right, like I mean we're not talking $30 a month. We're talking $5 to $10 a month. Um, I think that is like gonna work would work better than PlayStation Now. I was in the alpha for PlayStation Now, and as a MVP, I was in the alpha, I was in the beta. I sent them a letter telling them that their PlayStation Now service is messed up.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's
PlayStation Now. That's where you can like rent games too, right? Games from like PlayStation or PlayStation 2.
yeah. I think the business model is dumb. And then I expressed I was like, why not just give people access to the license and let them download the game and play on their full hardware.
Instead of just renting it for a couple
And
days.
and streaming it. Because I played stupid ass games. I played this game called Danger Joe or something like that, and it was like a motorcycle game, and you like just ride around and do tracks, and the sound was like not in sync with the video, and like it would break up. And I have like kick ass internet, and I still couldn't get a good experience with it. So I was like, look, you need to like, if I paid for this, I'd be so pissed. I would never pay for it again. That's basically what I told them. And they still are trying to do this thing where they stream it, and maybe it's gotten better. I haven't tried it since, but
Oh, it's like they have their share play, and that's a joke.
is it? Have you tried SharePlay? I've never tried it.
Yeah, share play works great when you can get it to work. But the whole joke about it is that it only lasts an hour, and then you have to restart the damn thing. It's like you're already connected. Why does it need to be an hour? Why can't you just leave it connected? And a lot of times it's just for instead of using Twitch or YouTube or anything other servers to watch people play, you just go in and watch your friend play, and then you're connected, so you see exactly what they see at the exact same time. So instead of going like you hearing them going, "Oh shit, dude," and like 10 seconds later, you see what they're finally talking about. But
Yeah, I wish that there was a service and it was like this EA Origin. I would probably subscribe to it, just because this is the only way a digital copy is actually worth anything, is when you rent it and you have it temporarily and then you can delete it. It's man, I don't know. I've almost 100% regretted buying digital copies. There's very few digital copies I own that I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
So.
I'm with you on that one. I have a couple games on my PlayStation that I wish I bought the physical copy for, because I would have gotten rid of it a long time ago.
And what are those, Army? What games are those?
Payday 2.
Uh-oh. That's the only one?
I got that.
You're
I
throwing
got that on
Payday 2 under the
PC.
bus and no one else?
That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, it's a little misleading. It's Payday. Honestly, it just feels like a defense horde game where you try to control the situation as long as you can and don't get caught.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a bunch. I've got Transformers, Assassin's Creed Unity.
That was one of the funniest streams I've ever seen you do. You regretted every single second you played that game. You're like, I gotta beat this. I spent $60 on it. Damn it.
I didn't even beat Assassin's Creed Unity. I never beat it.
No, I'm not talking Unity. I'm talking Transformers. Unity, you were just like, fuck it.
Transformers, I even played the multiplayer for like 3 days.
Yeah, that's right. You were playing the
MLB
multiplayer.
The Show. Ugh. No.
Oh, I actually, NBA 2K15 and 2K14 I have on digital that I wish I bought a physical copy for.
Yeah, it's
That way I could
pointless to buy
trade it
those.
in.
Yeah, it's pointless to buy those games digitally, considering there's a yearly remake of the exact same game coming out. So if you
Every
just
year.
want to upgrade the game, just go trade it in.
Madden. Yep.
Even though you may only get like $10 in the trade in, it's $10 off the game.
$10. I mean, that game is destined to sit on your shelf forever.
Yep.
Because it's a sports game. I understand that. Yeah, I almost never buy sports games as digital.
I don't.
But I bought MLB The Show because remember that night when it released, like it was like there was like this big thing going on, and all these streamers were doing MLB The Show, and like it was like all over the place, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be like one of the only people that has it because I can download it in like 45 minutes and be playing it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna be like one of the only people streaming it, and it did. It was fine that first night, and I was like, streaming it, whatever. And then it just sucks so bad. I was like, this is so bad. And I was just
I think it's also the fact that you chose the wrong position to play in.
I chose the wrong position.
Yeah, you like the only way I think you could actually even get a full experience out of that game, because even batting, it's like the game itself for you, each game only lasted like 3 or 4 minutes.
It does.
Nothing went your way because you played second base or shortstop or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, but like the only way I think it ever works, the 2 positions you have to play is either pitcher or catcher. And I think those are the only 2 positions you can actually ever play.
First base.
Or first base.
Yeah,
but fielding was stupid, and like hitting was like uninteresting, and
now they're trying to make it more interesting by making it less realistic.
Dude,
you make the old flair back into it. With
the game is called MLB Road to the Show, and you make the major league and you get a splash screen, and that's it. That's all there is. It's a splash screen. Welcome to the major leagues, and that's it. That's all you get.
There's no plot. There's no campaign.
There's nothing.
There's like they could have easily done it in my career for that game, like 2K.
Yeah, it's baseball. It's boring as shit. You need a story.
And it would have sold.
I want some shit going on in the dugout. I want to throw my bat. I want mascots to try to tackle me. I want shit happening outside of baseball. I want to have my own baseball card. I want to have, some drama going on outside of the game.
You want to give that kid the ball.
Yeah. I want to see some shit, and there's nothing. Yeah. Even when you make the major leagues, there's nothing. It's just splash screen, yay, with some fucking fireworks going on.
It's stats.
It's so stupid.
That's all it was. It was just stats. I'm like, they really put no effort. They literally put no effort into making
the graphics are pretty.
That's pretty.
Well,
listen, I think most of their effort literally was just put into the damn roster because there's so many people playing baseball.
Well, the my team wasn't bad in that.
Yeah, I just don't.
Because like you can build it. It's basically like the my team for Madden or NBA. You can build the team that you want to play. Like you can make your.
But baseball, I mean, you have basketball. You have the whole. You can make your own player thing, and that makes a lot of sense because basketball is mostly a superstar, driven game.
Yeah.
Football, making your own guy doesn't make as much sense because football has more players and you need those other players to do well. Trust me, I know this. I tried to carry the Jacksonville Jaguars to a Super Bowl. But in baseball, it's all about you. Like baseball is all about the.
It's not.
It's it's a team game, but it's when you get to the bones of it, it's when you're batting, it's you, and when you're fielding, it's you. So like they had a perfect opportunity to like it, and the game's name itself is the show. It's kind of telling you that there's a big depth in making your own player and getting him to the show, and there wasn't. There was nothing.
They should just rename it the Snooze.
It's just a baseball game. Yeah, it's got my team. All the sports games have that now. That's not a unique thing.
Like, I saw one of these pictures on the internet, and it made it on the news too. And this guy, and it was a baseball game, and it was right behind the mound or whatever, or not the mound, but the catcher and the But there was a dude who literally fell asleep with a book.
I've seen players fall asleep in the field, but that has nothing to do. You can jazz up baseball a lot. Like as a player on the involved in the game, you can jazz it up a lot. And like you can do some crazy things. And they have great opportunities for cosmetics, for cosmetic things that you can wear in the field, that you could acquire through gameplay. I just felt like there was like no, I don't know. There just wasn't. It was rough. It's a rough game for me to really get into. It's beautiful, and like the controls. We're talking about MLB The Show way too much. Let's go. Let's move on.
Yeah, we need to move on because we got into one of those topics which we said we'd never get into.
That's me ranting.
Yep.
That's all it is.
The era mini rant is over.
Let's hit up the PlayStation Store for some sales. Actually, let's hit up Steam first.
Steam? All right.
Yeah, let's hit up. I keep bringing up the Shanaria Chronicles, and it's like a picture of Amberly screaming. Let's see, specials on Steam. You got the Black Mesa. I'd never heard of that. I have no idea what that is. Early access. Move or Die. Blood Bowl 2 is on sale. We just talked about that. It's 50% off.
Yep.
Vermintide is 20% off. Looks like a lot of the
Talisman.
Savage Lands. Wasn't that one that you were talking about? That one's 20% off.
Oh, Savage Lands is a game that you might be into, Army.
Yeah.
It's a survival
game. And it's where you literally start with a rock.
Huh. That's great. That sounds like a wondrous.
Yep. Oh my god, it was so bad. Me and Flat played that game for probably 3 or 4 hours. I made it open, so we had no idea what was happening. So people were just randomly giving us.
It looks pretty cool, though. Is it cool? It looks all right.
It's all right. It looks cool, but it's nowhere near cool.
Let's see if there's a rating on it. No, there's nothing. There's a lot of updates going on with this game. It's early access. Warning, early access.
Access. Precisely. Yeah. It's an early access game. When most of the time you're trying to either figure out not to get killed by a wolf, trying to kill the wolf, and also you have to eat. Otherwise, you might starve to death.
So not a lot of stuff going on Steam.
Game Workshop has a midweek madness now, up to 90% titles off.
Sure.
So like Talisman,
Blood Bowl 2,
$2. Yeah. Dawn of War is $5. Blood Bowl, $20.
All the Warhammer stuff.
Yep. So
Rise of the Tomb Raider came out for PC. That's $60 though.
Yep. But I just say get it a couple more months, man. I'll be out on PS4.
Oh yeah.
I will. I'll be getting it. Don't worry about that.
I already have it. Yeah. Being an Xbox owner has some benefits, doesn't it?
Only for a couple more months.
We won't care about that one.
The game came out in November, September, something like that. But no, it came out in November because Fallout 4 overshadowed it.
Oh yeah.
Darkest Dungeon came out.
All
I
right,
don't know if.
let's go check out the PlayStation Store.
All right.
Or not PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation Store. There we go.
PlayStation sales have actually been decent. They're not bad. Again, they're not bad this week
Yeah, and
as well.
I bought a few things just before we started the podcast.
You did. Dragon Quest Heroes is 30% off. You got a lot of the Square games are on sale, so you can pick up Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition for 10, and I know you did, right? You just bought that?
I picked that up. I also picked up Final Fantasy 8 and 9 for the Vita for $5 each.
Those are cross buys, so all the Final Fantasy cross buys for Vita and PlayStation 3 are all $5. So Final Fantasy Origins 9, 7, 6, 5, all $5.
There's Grand Ages Medieval. Never heard of that game, but it's on little sell. It looks like from 60 to 41, $42.
Parasite Eve 2, what? $3.
I might have to go pick up Final Fantasy X.
That's
Final Fantasy
too, I think.
Final Fantasy X remastered is on sale. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
enjoyed the.
Beef is on sale for $7.
Yeah.
Wasteland 2 is on sale. Not much because the game is like $30, $40. It's only $28, so not much of a sell.
Don't buy Lightning Returns. The game sucks. I'm just kidding.
I never even beat Final Fantasy 13. I tried playing that game and I just.
It's $15. It's not worth that much. If it was $5, I'd say maybe, but. Far Cry's on sale, of course, and I don't know. Just Cause 3 is 25% off. Rainbow Six Siege just came out.
Is that already 25%? 25% off? Wow.
Yeah. Well, around Christmas time, Just Cause 3 was 50% off.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
New games that came out this week for the PlayStation was, I know, Lego's Marvel's The Avengers, which I plan on picking up eventually. I'm just gonna wait for the drop price. Lego games are always fun.
Lego games drop in price super quick.
The only one I think will never drop in price is Dimensions. That's because you need to buy the kit for it.
Yeah, it has physical pieces.
That sort of made me sad when I found out that game was a kit game, and I was like, shit. Because I honestly was excited for it, because some of the aspects of it, it's like they had Doctor Who DLC for that game. I love Doctor Who.
You could get MLB The Show 16, the MVP edition, but you could also slam your toe with a giant hammer. That'd be about as good.
Yeah. The cells from last week are still basically here. It looks like
Batman and Shadow Mordor are still there.
I'm surprised Shadow Mordor is still even on sale. Oh, probably
it's a great game.
The next few. It is a great game, but I'm pretty sure sometime this year it'll be one of the games for free games for PlayStation Plus.
Probably.
So yeah. Any new games coming out this month that you guys can think of? Well, not this month, but February.
No, I don't know. I'm waiting for March.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything coming out next month.
I can check real quick though. I can check.
I'm checking real quick too. February 2. Okay.
Dying Light: The Following. Enhanced edition. Firewatch is coming out.
Gravity Rush, February 2nd. Naruto.
Call of Duty.
Shippuden.
Call of Duty DLC. Yeah, there's a couple things. Firewatch.
None of the really big ones.
Unravel.
Out, but Looks like on February 23rd, Mega Man Legacy Collections, PS4 retail.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
know.
the one where you get like every Mega Man except for like the X's.
And Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
Oh man, oh
I'm
man.
getting
Oh
it.
yeah.
I'm getting it.
Firewatch comes out on the 9th. That'll be one I want. I saw that game. That game looked fun.
Yep, Far Cry Primal, and that's in February as well. But Plants
All right.
vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, that's probably my next purchase.
All right. So, Army, I'm gonna ask you something. Do you watch much TV?
Yeah.
Have you been watching MTV's new series, Shannara: The Chronicles?
She's screaming.
Nope. I don't watch like MTV. Like I
What?
watch yeah. I watched the new X Files though.
You watched the new X Files? How'd you
Yeah.
like that?
I loved it.
He
Don't
Your
care
pants
what
too?
anyone has to say about it.
Speaking of nostalgia,
That game, that was
February,
well.
T-Man.
Like the last episode was 13 years ago, and then hello, 13 years later.
And for
I saw
them to
I saw the first episode. I haven't seen the second one yet. I will watch that probably sometime
for
tonight.
them to actually be able to get like the entire original cast to come back,
Plus the new ones.
that's saying something.
Yeah, but so Shannara, how'd you like this episode?
So yeah, I was, telling you earlier. I'm very much invested in the main three characters, and so I didn't like episode 5 that much because they tried to branch all these other storylines that I don't really care about that much. And the main three characters really only had about 10 minutes of screen time that was interesting. I do believe that more than ever that those are the most interesting characters by far, and it's Amberly, Eritrea, and Will, obviously.
This episode felt like it was more of a calling for the princes and the seer.
Yeah, they definitely branched the storyline, so they've got several different ones going now, which didn't satisfy my hunger for the love trio.
Even though at the beginning of the episode, he's like, "Come on, you need a letter." He was like, really? Like in the last episode, you were like so ticked off at her, and then all of a sudden, like the first 5 minutes, you're like, maybe we should be nicer to her.
I just think the dialogue when they are forced to interact is the best out of the whole show.
Because the dialogue is so awkward.
But I thought it was very cool how that Eritrea basically saved all of their asses, and
I also like how they didn't. Listen, I don't know how many people are actually watching this, but I liked also towards the end on what happened.
Yeah.
How
that was cool.
That was cool. Eritrea and the other gal, but
the one part that kind of bugged me a little bit was the
leader of the Rovers.
Yeah, him.
That were teamed up together, and I like it. For some reason, I like that.
Really? That bugged me because he basically.
I think this guy's gonna force Will to sort of finally mature a little bit in a way where it's like he was. You could, because he was getting manipulated left and right. I think this is gonna show him as like, listen, this is how you need to survive in fights, kind of thing. This guy's gonna show him as like, because I'm not afraid to leave you behind and let you die, or something like that.
Well, I still feel like Will is kind of this character who kind of brings out the best in everybody. Every time Will is near someone else, they become a better person.
Yeah. Well, don't forget. Remember, it was his bloodline, his family, that was the one who originally united the lands or whatever like that.
He's always talking about how it's not elves versus humans, and he's the one that's like
It's gonna be all of us versus the demons. People, get that through your minds.
But my problem with that part of the show is the leader of the Rovers basically tries to rape Amberly, and that's horrible. Like that's
Yep.
horrible, and the fact that they forgive him within hours of that happening and are basically untying him is really stupid to me. I felt like that is a horrible thing that happened to her, and she probably should have
killed him.
Maybe not killed him, but left him to die to that fucking giant demon.
Yeah, well, no, listen, I think the initial plan for her was to take him to, because they were going to the fort. Probably have him executed or imprisoned there. Because if you look at it, like
they said they brought him with them so that he wouldn't be out for revenge and try to hunt them down. But I just get the feeling that the other girl probably has been raped by him, because there's sort of a feeling, there's sort of a thing there where he's such a jackass. Jesus Christ, you just want to beat the shit out of him.
But he plays such a good jackass.
And then now all of a sudden he's a tutor to Will. I don't know.
I don't really know if it's a tutor. It's just more like, listen, you got to do this, or we're both gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like, because I think he realizes that if Will's not there with him, he even has a less of chance of surviving, because he knows that he can't use magic stones. He can't use those stones.
Yeah.
So I think he's trying to do what he did to that girl,
but
manipulate Will.
I'm in the camp where I wish they would ditch the Prince story. They would ditch the stupid seer guy. They would ditch all that shit and get straight and just keep going with it. And after I saw did you see the hitch for the next 5 episodes? The sort of the little teaser or whatever.
I didn't watch the teaser. No.
You didn't watch the teaser? Oh my god! So basically, all the parts that have the 2 girls in them are the parts I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. Like, there's a scene where like there's a party going on and there's like another guy that's involved with Eritrea, and like those characters are the best by far. Like, the rest of the shit that's going on is just, I feel like they're gonna have like big battle scenes with demons and elves or whatever, and that's fine, they can do that, but
I do like this one. I like the demon that they showed at the end of this episode. The one that dude, he just slaughters everyone.
Yeah, that's the Reaper. Yeah, but they killed it. They killed it. It's dead. It's gone. They burned. Oh, it blew up.
I don't think it got blew up.
I think freaking blew up in a big ball of fire. It's gone.
I don't think so. I think it's still there.
It was a giant field full of gas that they ignited and blew, and it freaking erupted. And there weren't even pieces of it left. It just disappeared.
But I know. But if you noticed it when it was walking around, you could tell it was like just made out of fire. So I'm pretty sure it was just like
You think it just disappeared into like the demon realm somewhere, or?
And then like it probably just disappeared.
Gonna come back later.
Right back up.
My wife laughs at that show so much because she's like, look, they kill off shit and then it comes back like in 5 minutes, and then she's like, they're always getting fucking chased and hunted down. What the hell? These people are stupid. So yeah, I'm like, it has to be like that because it's it's a
MTV
big drama show, right? But
yeah, and they got to make it last. Otherwise, if you literally just killed everything, it would just lose very fucking interest very quickly.
Yeah, but by far, Eritrea is still my favorite character. She just fucking kicks so much ass.
Sassy. I want to. You know what? I want to know what happened to that woman elf. The one that got dragged away by the wolf. Then you hear the wolf die. And
oh yeah. That elf lady's gone. She's dead. Look, there's a huge problem with that part, because remember they get jumped and they lose their horses?
Yeah.
And then later, like 5 minutes later, they have their horses again. So they're in this field like getting fucking mangled by wolves and shit, and all of a sudden they got their horses back.
Well, no, I know what happened was Eritrea and Arwen, they brought him back.
She comes walking in though, not on a horse. She's
Well,
all
do you think she's gonna kill? Do you think she's gonna kill one of those wolves on the horse?
I'm just saying that she came walking in like, you missed me or whatever. She's like, oh, I handled, you guys are fucking pussies or whatever. Whatever the fuck she said.
Shit is literally what she said. Can't leave you alone for a couple hours and you can't handle your own shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, she's like a badass. And then, but she came walking in and there were no horses.
All right. Man, enough of that. I don't know what's gonna happen next week. I'm sort of excited for next week.
The name of the next episode is Chosen Part 2.
There's a part 1.
Are they gonna flash back again for fucking 45 minutes? I don't know if I can handle that. I need to be, I need my hunger to be satisfied. I need more shitbaggery from the two girls that are fighting over this dude. So I don't know why I enjoy that shit so much, but
Hallmark.
I don't know if it's a Hallmark thing necessarily. I think it's more of a like.
I love it. It's like you're trying to like disprove it, but you're like.
I don't know if it's like. I just like the cheese. I don't know why. I'm like, wow, she's sassy as fuck, and he's trying to get with both of them and somehow play it off, and it just, to me, that's hilarious. Like, I can't.
Did you ever have high school drama when you were in high school?
Of course, yes. Everybody does.
You know what? I bet this is why. It's like, oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. It's like when I was in high school.
Wait. Oh, so I have a question.
Okay, yeah.
Is this show like Teen Mom meets Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes. No, it's not Teen Mom. It's not Teen Mom. It's
Well, hold on. No, you even said this before. It's like, man, they fucking made the show like Teen Mom, where everyone kept on asking, like, "Are you pregnant?"
That's true. That's true. They ask her if she's pregnant several times. So she'll say, she'll be like, "I have a problem," and they'll be like, "Wait, are you pregnant?" What? No, there are demons coming. There are fucking demons. But it's not. It's not really Teen Mom, because Teen Mom is like, the people in the Teen Mom are stupid. These people are intelligent.
Listen, Teen Mom, like all those girls that you see on that show, they literally are pregnant on purpose just to be on that fucking show.
Yeah. Or they're pregnant on purpose because they think they're gonna hang on to their boyfriend or that way.
So when Teen Mom came out, I'm pretty sure the birth rate of fucking like teenagers having kids skyrocketed in the early 2000s.
These are young adults who are intelligent, who have their own lives, but their hormones are raging, right? So it's more like American Pie meets Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. Well, I got it written down. I'm gonna go watch a couple episodes.
Yeah, you can watch them online.
You can watch it on demand, and you can watch it online.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them on demand.
Making fun of Teen Mom is the best. I'm just saying, Teen Mom is retarded. I can't watch it. It's a lot of drama, and yeah, it's my thing, but I can't watch it because the people are so stupid that they bug me. So
yeah, it's on
Demon
MTV,
show.
And it just kind of like, I was like, well, that was the only one that I could really think of, like high school wise, and I don't know.
I know it's MTV. I know it sounds really weird, like it's fucking Dungeons and Dragons meets American Pie or something. It's like and there's a lot of sex in it, and there's a lot of violence. Like the episode they just showed, man, they had some people having some sex at the beginning.
Oh yeah, there was some nudity.
So, but I'm just like this. Yeah, it's MTV, and yeah, it's got a bunch of bullshit in it. Like I was telling
you know what, MTV just need to have their own premium channel, so they can just show way more than they don't need to show.
Yeah.
Bow, wow. I literally told him about this show, and he's like, "Are the girls hot?" I'm like, "Yes."
That's
He's
all
not
that
fucking watching
matters, really.
Well, she ain't got no ass from what I'm looking at right now.
Okay,
The one in
well,
the black pants.
yeah,
Come on now. What is
she's the
that?
princess. She's not the saucy one though. The other one is the saucy one.
All right.
I
This
still
So
one
come,
looks
I
like a
agree
two
with
by
you. She
four,
ain't got
though.
no ass,
Come
and
on.
I still
she's
fucking crack up about the last episode.
yeah. Episode number 4, dude. I forget what it's called. Changeling. Oh my lord, have mercy. But it's got cheese in it. It's got that cheese, that hormones overflowing cheese that you just
Yep.
you just don't like. There's a difference
This is
between
literally
like
made for high
really
schoolers
stupid
because the
people.
hormones are ridiculous.
There's a
It's
difference.
literally like, sorry.
Yeah, there's a difference between, you know what I mean. There's a difference between stupid people with hormones and like normal like people who are trying to like deal with shit in their lives, but their
You know,
hormones are just raging like crazy and they just can't fucking take it. So
you know,
there's a
Will has the best.
there's
Will has sort of the best of both worlds in a sense. Like you said last week, he has the looks of whatever from the elf, but he has those human hormones where all he just wants to do is fuck.
yeah, pretty much. Like he gets put in these situations where you're like, wow, you're stupid. Wait a minute, no, you're not really that stupid. Like the situations he gets when he gets seduced, you're like, wait, she's just playing you, dude. Well, all right, whatever, right? But
Oh man.
but it's not Teen Mom's level stupid. It's not like, oh, let's get pregnant because we love each other, even though we're like 12. And yeah, it's not like that at all.
Yeah, I got it written down. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna check it out and see what's going on.
You should watch
Another.
it. I don't think
Yeah.
it's the greatest show of all time. I just think, to me, like, I get a big grin every time. When you see the parts that I'm talking about, when you'll get a grin too, you'll be like, oh, that's cheese. Straight cheese. So, yeah, and
There was one other.
I think this girl that these actors that are in this, I don't know about all of them, but I think they're going to go on to bigger things. What are hormones?
Yeah.
I'll let you figure that out on your own, man. Uh,
What are hor-
the chat asks what are hormones. That's when you start
Um.
whoring yourself for money.
When you get hair
Hormones.
in funny
That's when you start
places.
standing on that corner because you need that extra money.
You whore yourself for moans.
Yep.
Um.
You need the whore for the Monets.
So you watched some Beowulf too, right?
Yeah.
I
I just
didn't, but
found this. I was watching something and I saw a commercial for it and it caught my eye. And it's called Beowulf Return to the Shieldlands, and it's like before he was really famous for being a badass.
Yeah, I saw the commercials for this too. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, so far I'm liking it.
It's
Like they're
already
not.
out.
Yeah, it's been out. It's I think
what
there's
what
5
is it
episodes
on?
out. Esquire
Okay.
Network. You can find it online. Here I'll send you the. You guys look at TeamSpeak. I'll send you guys a link in there.
I'm looking at it right now.
All right. Here's the website for that. But so far I watched the first 2 episodes and I liked them because it's not like really high-paced action, but it's how they handle the situations. It's like I guess they called them the mud the mud people or something like that, which are the giants, the trolls, and all that other stuff. Because they're earth, they're born from the earth, and how they're trying to deal with that. And then within literally, I swear to God, I was like, this is fucking Shannara Chronicles, 2nd episode, fucking changeling in a sense, or they call it a skin changer. Changeling.
Yeah, because that makes an interesting plot line when they can backstab and
Yep.
turn people against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still too early to exactly tell what's going on, but Oh, I know, main dude is not liked by the other people. Not liked at all because I guess the king or whatever really liked him, but he left when he was a child because the mother and her son hated him. So he got sick of them, tormenting him all the time. So he left, and then he finally comes back, and like within the first 10 minutes, the prince tries to fucking kill him, and he literally just fucking wipes the floor with all of his guards.
All right.
So it's another show. It's like fucking Shannara. It's like a 40-minute show. I call it the internet for a reason. There's just so much shit to watch out there. Did you so you watched X-Files, right, Army?
Yeah.
I saw the first episode of season 13. Yeah,
Well,
no, season 10.
You really can't call it a season though. From
Well,
what
it's
I've
season
seen,
10, episode 1.
no, from what I've seen though, it's only 6 episodes. From what I've comprehended, there's only going to be 6 episodes. There's not going to be like a full season of it.
Well, seasons changed anymore.
That's true. Well, yeah,
And that could change because determines how well it does. They may add in the order for more episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure these guys are already filmed more than 6 episodes.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole lot more gruesome than I thought it would be. A lot more graphic than what I thought it would be.
Well, they couldn't get away with a lot of stuff that they do today's TV than back then.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make South Park for that.
Yeah.
It's like South Park and their awkward sex scenes and diarrhea and Hartman's racism.
Yeah, wait till you watch the second one.
I never really got into the original X-Files. So
They said it was like after a certain episode within season 1 that it really caught its stride.
but I have seen a lot of X-Files shows. I just never really got into them that much.
When I was in Afghanistan, I bought the complete box set of every season of X-Files. So
Okay, it's like a.
So I have every episode on disc.
Okay.
I was really into it when it first came out, and like I've watched every episode, I've seen every movie. Yeah, so I was a big X-Files.
Yeah, it's like a contained.
It's a sci-fi thriller cop show.
It's a contained mystery within one episode. Like it doesn't. You don't have to watch them in order or anything like that.
No.
It's like if you watch NCIS or something like that. You don't need to watch that shit in order. I know for a fact I'll never go back and watch Law and Order SVU. There's just so.
X-Files is way better than those shows, though. Well, at least it was.
NCIS is pretty cool. I always enjoyed that show. And but you know what? X-Files can never beat for me with Stargate. SG-1.
Stargate. But Stargate is a series you have to watch it in order.
Yeah.
Not really the
you do.
SG-1 series.
No, you needed to watch it in order. Because they did a lot of shit with canon in that show. If you didn't know the characters, you didn't know what the hell was going on.
True.
So you had to watch that show in order.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Because in X-Files, it was like a new case each week. Sometimes it might have been a 2-parter.
Yeah. It's kind of like Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, Big Bang, you don't need to watch that in order.
You don't necessarily have to watch it in order to find out what's going on. I mean, because each...
You know what? The only thing that matters is Sheldon finally had sex.
Yeah. Yep.
Hormones.
Yep. Hormones.
Hormones and a 30-something-year-old guy finally kicked in. And it was perfect because it matched with the Star Wars episode. It was a Star Wars episode. So the guys went out to go see the new Star Wars movie, and Sheldon had sex. He's like, and they were both there like, man, I enjoyed that better than I thought it would be.
Speaking of Star Wars, spoiler alert.
Yeah, Star Wars time.
Star,
We haven't
Star
talked
Wars
about it yet.
Star Wars is a pretty is a pretty good movie. It's all right. And spoiler alert.
Haven't watched it yet, so.
Oh, come on, Army.
Are you serious?
You literally have no excuse to not go. Okay, this is what you're going to do. So, once you get off here, I'm pretty sure you have some freaking weird-ass late theater out there somewhere. Heck, it's even on the
Just
internet.
go this weekend,
Star
man.
Wars.
Just go this
Yeah.
weekend. We'll watch it.
It's a little
Take
bit
off
easier
work.
said than
You know what?
done.
Take off work tomorrow and just go see the first showing.
I don't work. I'm a disabled veteran. I can't work.
Oh. Oops. Sorry.
Just go like it's a popcorn movie. So it's like
It
you
is.
just go to like watch it and then that's it.
You know what?
Yeah.
Star Wars sort of fits in with nostalgia.
It totally
You know
does.
what? You know what? We're done. That's it. The podcast's done.
Yeah, it's cooked,
It's
dude.
done.
Because I ran out of things on our
I've run out of
pre-show,
things.
so that's good. That's a good thing. If you want to be on the podcast, like our friend Army here, or if Army want to join us again, that's great. But I will give the opportunity.
Well,
What?
not almost. Well, yeah, every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. Sometimes it may differ because I work nights, so don't know how my schedule might change differently. Grub, please stop retweeting everybody on the planet.
What did he retweet?
Oh,
is that what why your phone's blowing up?
Yep. He's just retweeting like literally every 12 seconds.
No, you don't need to see the other Star Wars movies to enjoy the current Star Wars.
Well, I honestly advise seeing at least 4, 5, and 6. But you could still go see the new Star Wars without. Yeah.
Yeah, what I was told about it, you don't
it's a standalone.
Yeah,
because
you don't actually need to see them.
This Star Wars is a standalone compared to the other series, even though it connects to the past 3 and all the others. They're introducing new characters.
Remember, the podcast is cooked. It's done.
It's done. But okay, so the Hizzle podcast next Wednesday, 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. If you would like to join us, just get a hold of me via PlayStation, Xbox, Twitch, Twitter. Follow me, Pitcher01. All the tags the same. Or get a hold of Era. I'm pretty sure if you're in his thing, you have him on everything already.
February 3rd. If you you could get a hold of me through YouTube, through Twitter, through Twitch, PSN.
He just posted last week's episode of the podcast just the other day, so go watch that.
If you're watching on YouTube too, you know what you can do. You can like help us out by like commenting, liking it. But you know what you could also do is you could be on the podcast. But Army, you're also welcome back anytime. I appreciate having you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, not a problem. I'd love to join if you guys want me. I mean,
yeah, this is just literally we just do this for the conversation.
Yeah, I'm always around. I mean, and I have wicked bad insomnia, even though it's 3 a.m. for me. I probably won't go to sleep for another 3 hours, so.
Don't worry, man. I live third shift.
Yep.
I work thirds, the night shift for a living, but yeah. All right. So thanks for watching all. We'll see you next time.
Later.